Start recording. Okay, mission statement. Our mission here is to create the greatest group of professional traders compiled in the world. That's you. We work tirelessly every day to improve our individual selves and push each other to get the most out of one another. With each individual's personal accountability, 100% effort, and consistent action towards focusing on our controllables, we will each reach our full potential individually and as a family. I, Stefanos, pledge to be the best version of myself today, to do whatever it takes to be the greatest trader that I can be, and to be the most self-disciplined person that I know. I will do the things I have to do today, regardless of how I feel, one day at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 minute at a time. I will control what I can control and not worry about anything else. Reminders: we do not overtrade, we do not over-risk. That will not only not make you successful, but it'll obviously, turn you in the other direction. But you don't need to catch a trade today. It's Friday, but we do have NFP, so most likely we will catch a trade today. 1 to 2 trade ideas per day. 3 if you get that perfect setup. Capital preservation over capital appreciation, aka risk management, is number 1. Keep your trading plan in front of you. Read it before every single session. Make smart decisions. We are system-oriented, not how much money can I make on this. Think longevity, think efficiency, and think long-term. We aren't here just to make as much as we can this week. We're here to learn, and we're here to become better traders on a daily basis. We want to become better traders over the course of our lives. As long as that's your main focus, you will become successful. Have a sense of urgency today when it comes to your daily musts, and eliminate excuses and any victim mindset. Full accountability for your actions. All right. So this morning we did have GDP come out of Great Britain over here. We had a few numbers come out of Great Britain, but right over here, GDP did rise over here, which tells me that there is a case where the Bank of England ends up continuing to increase rates, especially when you have good GDP or any kind of good retail sales, anything like that, which is going to keep inflation up. That's going to signal to the Bank of England to continue to increase rates. You have some construction output, which was down, goods trade balance, which was down significantly. The index of services over here was pretty much even over here, and then industrial production, manufacturing production were both down. All right, so today, again, main focus is going to be NFP. Excuse me. Average hourly earnings, and then also unemployment rate. So, and then also the Fed budget balance over here is coming out. So these are going to be the main focus of today. We may get a trade before that, but most of the time you probably want to wait the hour and use your 2 trades after NFP comes out. So we'll see if we can get a nice reaction to NFP. They're expecting a lot less jobs than previous. If you guys remember, on Wednesday, we did get, where are we? We did get ADP much higher than expected over here and previous. That doesn't always have a big indicator on NFP, right? But it could give you a nice little indicator that NFP is going to be good job numbers. And if that's the case, you're going to start to see, gold going down. You're going to see the if we get good job data, that's going to signal to the Fed that they need to continue to increase rates. So you're going to see the dollar go up, gold go down, stock market continue right back down like it has been all week. All right, so looking at GJ, the monthly candle has flipped bullish, right? Strong bullish candle close in February. Now March is starting to flip bullish to continue up. And that's partially due to last night. Bank of Japan did not increase rates, so they kept their monetary policy the same, even with the new head of the Bank of Japan. So with that being said, this thing is flipping bullish. Can we continue to grab this move on the weekly or on the monthly over here, back up to retest the high up around 172, 170, somewhere up there that we ended up creating up at the end of last year. So looking at the weekly over here came down to retest our previous resistance right over here, right? Closed above, created this high, we pulled back. Now we're starting to flip bullish again. So there's a good chance that we end up filling that wick right there, and that's what I'm looking for. That wick is exactly at 166, which has been a significant level on GJ. If you look at the daily again got a nice bounce last night to start off the day. Now it looks like we have some kind of a resistance right in this area that we got to be aware about, right? We got the daily rejections all here to the left. Now we just tapped into that area, and now we're starting to retrace from there. Right, so can we grab something through that area to fill that wick? Looking at the 4 hour now. Yeah, the 4 hour, we're kind of like sitting in that previous resistance right here, right? We've held that resistance. Above that, you got a beautiful move to the left that we can capture. So we can hop into a move like that. Right now, this does look a little overextended. I was looking at this morning. We have closed above that previous resistance over here, but we do have this whole area that we got to be aware about and see if there's anything to actually trade in here. But it looks like we're pretty much rejecting that whole area right now. And maybe price does want to pull back. It can pull back anywhere into this area. I could see price maybe pulling back into here, and that's going to take a while, but I could see price continuing up from here. I could see us holding this support, kind of consolidating in here, and then we finally break out and then continue back up, or price is just grabbing liquidity, we flip bullish and can continue up from here. So if we look at the 1 hour now, this will give us a little bit more clarity. Here we go. So now we're getting like a classic break and retest here. It looked like we were grabbing liquidity, flipping bullish. And if you got a strong bullish candle close here right above that level, I could see this even continuing up through here with NFP volume. But right now, created that high. Now we're pulling back. Do we hold this as support, or do we pull back anywhere into these areas over here to then drive up? So like that area price could be pulling back into to continue right back up. You know, buyers are going to be taking profit up here, right? They're going to be pulling back. Sellers are going to take over, and then you'll continue right back up. But that looks like a nice move. Now, also keep in mind, you know, if it's possible, price could end up breaking below the support, and if it does retest over here, we may want to be able to grab a move on the way down. We got a big enough range. You got about 77 pips here. You might be able to correct part of this move over here. So if we look at the daily again, you're bouncing off a significant area. Last time we bounced off that area, you continue down. Can we bounce off here and continue down again? But, you know, based on the higher time frames here, you're really selling. Yeah, you're selling against the trend. So you may not want to do that, but we'll see what we end up getting. Look at the 30-minute. See the 30-minute, we're really stalling over here. I wouldn't take sells unless you get a perfect break and retest, candles closing in their direction. Then maybe you could take that down. But right now, I'm probably going to be waiting for the support to be formed at any point and then take this up to retest that high. Does that make sense? You guys all good? Let's do the 15-minute. Yeah, 15 minutes kind of ranging. What I did like was this break and retest on the 15-minute. This candle just didn't have the top wick. So, and it also closed below that resistance. So now we're actually rejecting that area. Again, I could potentially see something happening right over here to continue right back down. But we'll see. Let's look at gold now. So gold, previous monthly candle, obviously ended up closing bearish right over here, rejecting 1960, 1975, somewhere in that area. And now we're actually holding some kind of a support a little bit, right? We ended up bouncing off that support yesterday. If you look at the previous weekly actually did close bullish, right? And closed with no top wick. This candle pushed all the way into this area. So far, has respected the low of the previous candle, and now it's starting to retrace. I could see this thing closing like a bearish candle like that with a wick to fill, and potentially the next one if it respects the high, or I could also see it pass the high of the previous candle right over here, flip bearish, and then continue right back down. You could see something like that happening. Most likely that will happen, or you just get the classic top wick forms, flips bearish past the low of the previous candle, and we just continue right back down with a hawkish fit. We're looking at the daily. Daily really is bouncing off that support over here. Right? Strong bullish price action, strong bullish close. Bottom wick forms past the high of the previous candle. We could be continuing up to that level or just putting some kind of a lower high over here to continue down. But you see a lot of the bullish pressure here after holding that support. This candle never broke the low. It never formed a new low. Any of these candles held a strong support, and now we're starting to climb from here. Looking at the 4 hour. 4 hour I like as well, where we're now holding this support right here at that previous support as well. Right? Price is starting to bounce off that area, starting to fill these wicks over here, holding that support. Clean move to the left, should be continuing up from here. If you look at the 1 hour, now we can readjust this a little bit. You have this resistance right over here. What I do like is this higher low here, strong bullish close of the wick to fill. This candle created a bottom wick, starting to flip bullish through this area with a clean move to the left so far. Could be coming up right into that area. You may want to secure a little bit earlier, somewhere around here, as you have 1842. Prices rejected that area multiple times. But the 30-minute over here, we keep rejecting this level. We need to close above this level before we end up entering a buy. So wait for a close above here. Clean move to the left over here. We're now above that previous resistance that we created in the past, right? Can we close above here? And if we can, to get the clean move to the left. But just keep in mind too, with the data coming out, right? What we ended up getting yesterday was bad U.S. unemployment, and that's what pushed us up over here, anticipating that the Fed's going to get more dovish. If we get bad NFP, we're going to continue this move over here. If we get good NFP, right, I'm sure we'll probably grab liquidity, maybe fake this level out over here, and then continue right back down, hold that resistance, and then sell off the rest of the day. And we're going to finish the week off retracing from this bullish move that we had this week. Make sense? Guys, do you have any questions?
No,
Okay. Okay. Lenny, what are you looking at?
I'm just journaling the trade yesterday, so you send it over.
Oh, nice. Let's go over that. I thought I just cleared everything out of US 30 here. Okay. All right. For US 30 now, again, this monthly candle has officially flipped bearish past the low of the previous candle. Clean move to the left. You got a free fall going on that can very well end up creating a top wick on the next candle. If we close a strong bearish candle today, next one creates a top wick, flips bearish, and continues right back down. Right? This wick kind of retested this whole area and then flipped bearish on the monthly. Obviously, that's a resistance on the lower time frames, but now we already retested this area multiple times, created these lower highs, right? And now we're continuing right back down. So the markets are in some kind of a free fall so far this week. Right now we're approaching. Right now we're approaching. Thanks, Lenny. We have approached that support right over here to the left. We broke below this one that we were holding, right? This candle closed with no top wick, even though we held that support, no top wick, passes the high, fakes that area out, flips bearish, and continues all the way down to 32,100, right? So now are we going to break through that level, clean move to the left? Looking at the daily, here's that level right there that you can mark off. This was your support to the left. that we ended up closing below. Got a little fake out right up here. This is beautiful. Previous resistance, we close above. We end up retesting this whole area. All those wicks over there to the left, end up retesting that. That turns out to be a fake out because that was your lower high over here. We closed above and then closed right back below. And then again, the last few days, we've just been creating, again, strong bearish candle close, another bearish close, but weaker. This one passes the high, fakes that whole area out. As soon as that thing flips bearish, that could be a potential move to continue this thing down. So now we're starting to see exhaustion in this candle right over here. Right, this candle tapped into 32,000 flat, right? And now you're going to see some kind of a retracement back up to here. We'll see if we hold that resistance, and then you can continue down to retest that low. And I'm definitely ultimately bearish on US 30 here, as price could very well, we could get a pullback all the way up into here, continue right back down like that. But I'm definitely bearish fundamentally on the stock market. I have been for a while. But right now we are holding a little support here. Last time we were in this area, we got a little bounce, right? But we were in a better situation at that time. We had a more dovish Fed at that time. Now, again, bouncing off of 32,000, I'm looking for a pullback into 32,500. See the 1 hour? Yeah, these candles tell me that I'm just waiting for some kind of a resistance to form at any point. These candles tell me that we reached 32,000 to end the week off, right? On a Friday. Most likely price will pull back over here to maybe create a double bottom over here, and then we'll continue back up to continue back down. That could potentially happen. We could just get a deeper pullback and then continue back up. See the 30-minute. Yeah, the 30-minute is breaking structure over here. You just don't want to be faked out. Right? I like this close. I like that close as well. Now we're starting to come back here. You'll see if we end up holding that support, or are we going to get faked out at that point. But I do think that price is bound to correct a little bit and continue right back up to that 500 level and then continue back down. But we shall see. Do any of you guys trade US 30? Lenny, you don't, right? Serge?
No, I don't.
Okay. Lenny, you're only GJ right now? Or gold?
Right now,
As far as the pairs that you're
gold
trading?
and GJ. Gold and GJ.
Gold and GJ, okay. All right, so you played the bounce right here, which I actually like. Yeah, I like this. Clean move to the left over here. You played the bounce. It's on the 30-minute. So you waited for that candle to close?
It's about 37 pips. So
You
we're
got
in
37 pips,
from
you're saying?
there to there. No, that's why I'm going for 30 and over.
Okay.
And then
Yep.
anything less, I want to go for it.
Okay, let me see if I can zoom in here. So you ended up entering, let's see, candle closed above resistance on 30-minute. What's above previous wick into trade? So once that candle broke above,
Yeah.
okay. Stop loss right below here. You have the valid risk to reward. And you were just waiting for that candle to close and then waited for the bottom wick to continue up. Okay, let's look at this on the chart here. See what ended up happening here. So we held that support. You got this strong bullish candle close. I'm trying to see if let me see, 15-minute. Yeah, you did the right thing. I like it. I like also like the retest. I know you're trading only on the 30-minute, but if you took a look at the 15 here, you got this breakout, you got this pullback, right? And price could potentially continue right back up. You don't have a bottom wick on this candle, but is this is kind of high volume time. This is pre-London. Price would have retested that high right there after holding that support to continue up. So
I
that could
usually like at 2 o'clock. At 2 o'clock, even
I've seen pushes.
Raja, yeah, push it. Even Raja, if I notice most of his trades,
Mm-hmm.
it's anything anywhere from 1:30 to 3:30.
1:30 to 3:30. Okay. That makes sense. Three o'clock gives you a great push, but 2 o'clock I've seen, especially with us backtesting the London session as well. I've seen that continue up. I've seen that give you good volume.
So I look for a trade around that time.
Mm. I like gold right now. Are you still in it?
Oh no, no, I'll close the.
Okay. I like this
It took
formation over here, the
it took
higher low
point
being
testing.
formed. Breaking through resistance over here. Can we break these wicks? Can we close above there on the
Yeah, that's what
1
I'm
hour?
waiting for.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for.
I'd rather see that close above. The only thing is we got NFP at 8:30. Right? Like, so do you want to take that trade before that happens? You might not want to get caught in something
No,
like
no.
that. Might as well like save your bullets for that opportunity. Plus, I could see the 4 hour pulling back over here, giving us like a strong close, right? On this 4 hour strong close. Obviously, it probably will with NFP, but a bottom wick forms passes the high and continues up. Yeah, that would have been great trading London over here. Serge, how you doing, buddy? Because you can't hear me. All right. I'm just gonna use the bathroom real quick and then we're gonna get started, all right? Or we're gonna do some breakdowns. All right, we are back. So gold is breaking up right now. 15-minute closed bullish, but kind of like right at that level. The other one is breaking up. I would say, you know, I think I'm really gonna wait for NFP here. Unless you have like a wide stop loss and you want to be in that trade during that time, which might not be the smartest idea. I don't think it is, but let's see, GJ. US 30's
I'm
holding
just
that
gonna
support.
wait, watch it play out.
What's up, Lenny?
I'm just gonna watch it play out. See how it
Yeah,
goes.
yeah, it's probably something I'm just gonna lie back test. GJ is kind of stuck. I don't know why this is here. Oh, because I think we were looking at that. Over here, GJ. What's up, Dylan? Something. GJ's really bullish. Just the 4 hour has flipped bearish. 1 hour bearish. Yeah, we're sitting in this range right here. This isn't worth taking a buy from here. Just wait for that close above this area at least. Or at least like a very strong bullish candle kind of clearing out this area. If that's the case, I could see this continuing up. Like if you get something like this. But again, same thing with NFP. Like you might as well just wait for your setups before that. If you get like a close like that, I could see price pushing through this area because your resistance is kind of really right up here on the 30-minute, right? So you could definitely grab something. I know price keeps rejecting that area. We have held support in that area in the past. You could draw like a thin little line right here. But I do think if we get like a strong bullish candle kind of clearing out these wicks right here, I think we're going to continue up. There's so much momentum in GJ right now with a weak Japanese yen that I could see this continue up. But like I said, I could really see this pullback as well. It really depends on if this level could hold or not. Dylan, you there? No? All right.
Steph, can I have a question, please?
Of course, man. What's up, buddy?
So if you want to go short on GJ, how are you gonna play?
Waiting for this. We're very bullish. If you go to the monthly over here, let's look at all the time frames real quick. Monthly has flipped bullish. The weekly, right? Created this high, we pull back, we tap on this area perfectly, high demand zone, previous supply zone, we're tapping off of it, right? Now flipping bullish over here. So monthly and weekly are bullish. The daily over here is very bullish, right? Creating these higher lows. What did we say the other day, right? We're still getting higher lows formed over here. Even though we were getting this price action, like we rejected that level, right? We started holding a resistance right up here and pulling back. You're getting this bearish price action, lower highs, lower lows. We pull all the way over here. But if we don't close below this level, we're going to be creating a higher low here. Right, so we ended up creating this higher low, and now we're still pushing it up over here. So daily is bullish as well, because we could very well fill that wick with a weak Japanese yen. And now over here, you're starting to see price clearing out of this range, and now this range, we clearly closed above that area. So again, the 4 hour now is bullish as well. So the 1 hour would have to break over here. I would do it on the 30-minute, but I would look for the break over here and retest. And if price can hold that resistance right here, right, then you could potentially take this because you do have a big enough range and a clean move to the left. Correct part of this move. But if you don't get that, right, and you just get that close below, right, I'm sure you've seen this before, and you see price rejecting that area right now anyway. If you get this close below, right, and then all of a sudden the next candle starts, opens up, creates this bottom wick, and then starts to flip bullish to retest this area, but then all of a sudden we start to close bullish and correct that whole move up. Next candle is going to create a bottom wick. retest that area and continue right back up and fake you out. So the way you avoid that is just waiting for this retest and waiting for the resistance to form. And then you can trade against the trend. Make sense? Serge?
Yeah, it makes sense. Thank you.
Okay. Absolutely. Yeah. When, we have a video in the course. The rules for any kind of counter trend trading, wait for the nearest support to be broken and retested. Or again, if you're trying to call bottoms, wait for the nearest resistance to be retested before continuing up.
But would you go like on smaller time frames, like 5 minutes, if the 5-minute support is broken and go or not?
Not
Or is too
on
bullish to do that?
yeah, not with trading against the overall higher time frame trends. If it's the 5-minute, right, and we're trying to grab a buy from this area right here, right, I could see maybe doing it. But like when you're counter trend trading, it's just not worth it. You're better off just waiting for a support to be formed anywhere in these areas before taking any kind of buys, and just going along with the market. Honestly, like Serge, what I just pointed out to you was we created this high up here, we pulled back, right? We reject this area and close all the way up here. This candle ends up holding that support and pushing all the way up there, but then closing right there. That's kind of like your higher low right there. And we're now kind of getting, I really think that this is your support, obviously, but at the same time, what we kind of created with these candles, this candle closed below, this candle is completely rejecting it or correcting it. And this is kind of giving you what I just drew out for you, where the next candle could create a bottom wick, flip bullish, and continue up. Make sense?
Yeah, but I know gold usually like before having news, it's always a pullback, and I used to like catch those pullbacks. I don't know about GJ how it behaves,
You're saying right after the news comes out?
No, before.
Before the
Usually,
news.
for example, yeah, gold is pushing up, pushing up before news, pushing up.
Mhm.
So the like 10 minutes before news, it's usually like pullback maybe 50 pips or something.
And you're trying to grab that.
Yeah, because traders taking profit before news, and I
Yeah. No,
usually used
there's
get
always there's going to be an opportunity for that like a lot of the time, but at the same time you still want to wait for your setup. You want to wait for the correct setup that presents itself for you, instead of just like catching some little pullback and then continuing up. And you really got to line all your time frames up. You got to have multiple confluences playing out before taking the trade. Now you've been back testing on the simulator.
Yeah, I do gold only on simulator. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. How many sessions have you gotten in? Have you gotten the you haven't gotten 100 yet, have you?
No, I only done like 2 weeks so far.
2 weeks? Okay. And
Yeah.
let's see, gold. And that's building a little confidence. Now you're trading on the 30-minute with that simulator, or you're doing that with the 5?
No, I'm more going on 15.
You're not going on 15?
No, I'm going on 15. I'm more like most of my profit was on 15, to be honest, and it was like as well. I look on the news as well. It's like because I probably observing gold for a long time, and I know how it behaved before news, so it's probably a bit of mix with what you say and what I know.
Absolutely. No, that's how you should be doing it. I think we got Dylan. Dylan, were you able to get the audio to work?
Yeah, I had to restart my computer. I don't know what was going on, but at least I got it working now. What's up?
Oh, damn. No, I was just saying hello.
Yeah. Hello,
you
morning,
doing?
guys.
Good morning. How's your
Pretty
morning going?
Good. No trading for me today. I was in a position yesterday that I was in actually for 2 days.
Wow.
USD CHF. I took a short on that. Yesterday I closed out 80%. I was watching like the DXY and I kept seeing it stall around 105.15.
Mm-hmm.
So I closed out 80% of my trade when it aligned with that, the DXY doing that. And then actually over when I was sleeping in the middle of the night, it continued to drop and it hit my full TP. It looks like it's keeps dropping now. I'm not in any trades though, so I'm just watching.
Yeah, it's right now it's kind of holding some kind of a support right around here,
Yeah,
right? And if we can break below that, if we get more bad data coming out, right, then that's gonna push us down even more. It's gonna push gold back up. It's gonna push any USD, any kind of US pair. It's gonna push that down as well. Besides
Yep.
gold, obviously, because
gold's gonna go the opposite. Yeah,
exactly. But
yeah, there was Tuesday. All the moves happened on Tuesday, and then nothing really. It was kind of like stalling out. Couple pairs had some moves I saw, but
we've had
so
a ton of
me,
moves
I've
this
been
week.
looking at like what's that?
I think we've had a ton of moves this week. We've had like
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah, I was waiting to see what you were saying.
Yeah, the if you go back, let's see, so the 5th right over here, you had this tank. You had a difference
Yeah.
of almost a $50 move on gold happen, right? And then a
Mhm.
50% correction of that whole move already. Right. So we've had
Yeah,
a ton of good moves over here on gold. And then US 30.
definitely.
US 30
I
over
took the
here.
shorts on gold.
Nice, beautiful. Beautiful. Last time gold dropped,
US
I
30 I
grabbed
saw was
almost that
moving.
whole move, and then this move I wasn't able to grab it. Let's see, Monday, US 30 kind of consolidated over here, but then you got like this like 500 pip move, and then the US 30 dropped, like the Dow dropped yesterday and the day before,
Yeah,
pretty much 800 to 1,000 points over here,
yeah.
which was
That's a
wild.
solid move.
Yeah, man.
I
And then
caught gold.
you call
Yeah,
gold?
see, I haven't been trading GJ. Yeah, I caught gold sells. I was waiting
Beautiful.
for the correction to catch the buy, but I did take a buy.
Okay.
I was in a little bit of profit. Price was reversing on me. I didn't like the price action, so I jumped out and then, I just let it play out. It played out perfectly, but I
Yeah.
just wasn't in it. It's all good. But
What
nowadays, like now I'm feeling like, okay, I'm fine with that.
what
What's that?
what trade you get on gold?
All right, I took the sell. I'll let me pull up my MetaTrader quick.
Okay.
Sell on gold 1843.36. So yeah, as that candle was breaking the lows and dropping below
Nice.
the wicks and shit. Yep. I took that. Yep. I got out. I think I closed. See, I think I managed my risk and closed out some early.
Okay.
Let me see. Maybe not. 1824.37. I secured profit.
Nice. So yeah, you took this as a swing on the 4 hour.
Yeah.
Was your stop loss above this 4 hour?
Yeah, let me see exactly where I put my stop loss. I put my stop loss at 1840.
1840.
Does that make wait. Gold
Yeah,
sell.
that
Yeah.
wouldn't have worked.
Well,
Maybe you moved it down and that's what
why does it
triggered.
say? Why does it say? Hold on
Maybe
a
you
second.
moved
I'm
it
trying to
down.
read this. Yeah, that's what I mean. I very well could have moved it down. Yeah, I did. That was after I secured percentage and moved it to break even, but I moved it a little bit beyond break even.
Okay.
So let me go into my orders. So that was a sell.
Gold is pulling back right now.
1854.33 was my stop loss.
Based on the 4 hour. 1854. Okay, nice. I like it.
Yeah. Okay, yep.
Above this
That
4
sounds
hour
about
candle.
right.
We were actually looking
Yeah.
at this because this candle flipped. This candle opened up at 1 a.m. Eastern, right? So That would have been pretty
Yeah.
much pre-London, and it would have been late Asian, very late Asian. But we were looking at this, and as we're bouncing off this area over here, overall bearish on gold, right? If you were in this, could you have potentially taken this based on the fact that we rejected this resistance? Love this candle right here. The fact that it created that top wick, flip bearish and closed bearish. I'm not saying enter there yet, right? Because that wouldn't have been safe sells just yet. But the fact that we came down to create this low down here, right? You got that bullish candle holding support. Then you get this lower high being created because that candle kind of retested that previous support over here. Then this candle passed the high of it, right, on the 4 hour. And the fact that that 4 hour candle flipped bearish over here, right, that could have been your sign to take this thing down. So, you know, this is what I was telling Tiffany before she had to bounce. But the fact that, like, if you're not journaling your trades, you're not seeing these little things. Like, you had a beautiful trade here, right, that you were able to capitalize on. But now it's like, okay, how can I make that better? Like, what can I do better with that? How can I make more? How can I hold on to it longer? And how can I enter maybe a little bit earlier? And now moving forward, if you were awake during London, which you are working, how can I grab this after passing the low of this candle? Maybe you need to see it one more time, but the next time you see this, maybe you could take this thing down.
Yeah. No, absolutely. That's a great entry candle.
Setup.
Yeah, 100%.
And if you use the lower time frames here, that would have been, you got that support right there, and you're starting to see, you know, this resistance right over here. Price holds that support, right? We start to bounce up. We hold a resistance with that candle for the first time. That candle rejects. This candle closes below, and then this candle, you get a strong bearish candle close from that resistance again. Top wick forms past the low, continues down. Safer sells would be after that candle closes with your stop loss above it, or you can even put it above here if you're looking to grab the whole move. So all these little things, if you want to journal these, you know, it'll do you a lot of good.
Yeah. Yep.
And I'm looking over here too. This would have been the real, like, structure bounce. Like, obviously we got that price action to the left over there, right? You got that wick right there. That's probably why I would keep that there. And I think you're safe after a strong close like that. But if you're worried about this support over here, maybe you could put your stop loss up here instead of above that candle. I mean, that's just
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Awesome. So now if we look at
I mean, I shouldn't have said there wasn't a lot of moves throughout the week. There was, you know, and then I saw them all, but I just wasn't taking every trade or every move that I saw, and that's exactly what I think I should be doing.
Well,
you know, I don't want to be taking every trade, fogging up my brain and, you know, chancing my overall account in that manner. That's not healthy.
I agree.
But yeah, I've also been, like, focusing not just strictly on 1 or 2 pairs. I've been just watching, like, the major USD pairs, so all 7 of them, and then gold and GJ.
Okay.
And just ultimately doing the analysis on them, like, day in and day out, and then just waiting for the moves. Whichever ones I feel are, like, the best moves that could come up, I'm waiting for those ones. Like, that's why I was waiting for the gold correction. You're
getting into a new strategy, I guess you could say, with swinging, right? So, like, you're using all the principles that we use on the lower time frames, but you're swinging. When you're swinging, you know, you can very well use multiple pairs. Like, you could trade multiple pairs, but, you know, you really got to study them. You really got to learn how they move, or you're going to be catching a lot of losses. But when you swing, you don't have to catch a lot of wins to be profitable. You could be a 30 to 40% win rate trader to be a profitable trader. You just need to know how to manage risk and cut your losses short and let those runners run. But
I took a crappy buy on NZD USD this week.
Okay.
And the price action looked pretty good for the buy, and then I'm watching it, and it just did not look healthy. I closed out with a small loss, and from there, that crap just tanked in the opposite direction. I was like, yeah, this is a good call to get out.
Yeah.
So
you're happy with the way you managed?
Absolutely, dude. Okay. Absolutely.
Do you have a journal? You want to take a look at it?
Let me. I haven't really been journaling. I've just been sending myself like pictures on my Discord.
Mm.
So let me send some over.
Yeah, I was talking to Tiffany about this. I may sound like a broken record to Lenny and Serge, but like journaling is like mandatory. You got to look at it as mandatory because too many people look at gambling or look at trading as gambling. And you come into it, you want to make as much money, and there's a reason why a lot of you guys have been trading for a while and haven't been too successful yet. It's because you're not treating it like a business. You're not treating it like your livelihood where you're going to have an edge in the market and all that stuff. You got to be able to journal the trades and learn from them, because if you're not, you may be successful, but it's going to take you so much longer than if you were journaling and trying to nitpick every single trade that you take. Obviously, focus on the positives that you're making, right, with managing risk and stuff like that. But look at the things that you're doing wrong and seeing how you could correct it. Writing down. This may look at excessive to some of you guys, but like writing to yourself about everything that happens, everything that you're doing, right? All this stuff. Like I know this looks excessive, but a lot of this stuff I just copy and paste this, and then I put it into my Trello.
Yep.
Into the card, right? This is copy and pasted from that typing up, but it's more of a journal form. It's more of a diary form, writing to myself what I need to be doing, what I need to be focusing on, certain things like yesterday, like the fact that I didn't take gold because it would have been 5 minutes before the 4-hour closed, right? But moving forward, I know that, I could take advantage of that and still enter that trade because we had the clean move to the left. All my other confirms were playing out. I would have had a safe stop loss, all that stuff. But again, that kind of helped me out. And writing about that, learning about it, it's going to do you a lot of good moving forward, because I'm not going to make that mistake again.
Yeah.
I know it's tedious. I know it's annoying, especially when you lose a trade. You just don't feel like doing it. You feel like just scrapping it, being like, whatever. But like you're only hurting yourself.
Yeah. True.
Like one thing that could help you is like, you've been trading what, 3 or 4 years? Not as seriously, but like you've been looking at the market for that long, right?
Yeah, if not longer.
Okay, so what if you went back and you're like, damn, like what if I did journal every single trade I ever took and I was able to learn from those over the last few years? Like, where would I be now?
Oh yeah, I can only imagine. Seriously,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be where I'm at. I'd be beyond it.
I'd get pissed at myself.
Well, and that's how I'm starting to feel now, 100%.
Yeah.
I think that's why I'm starting to take it a lot more seriously.
I love it.
And I can always take it more seriously.
I can
and
see
I know
it.
that too. So yeah, and I've been having like some really good conversations outside of trading and in my personal life with my buddies, and they're just feeling like the energy is like the same way, even though we're not talking about like trading because they don't do that, but they're just talking like my one buddy, he's just like, holy shit, like we need to do something. We need to do something now. Like figure it out. And I'm like, okay. Like
You're talking about with the real estate stuff?
Oh, real estate and just anything. I just feel like he, for some reason, is just feeling a lot of pressure right now, and understanding that he's wasted a lot of time, just like I have, and doesn't want to keep doing that.
Yeah.
I think he's finally growing up and realizing real life, and being on his own, and doesn't want to work for somebody else for the rest of his life either.
Some people, it takes them longer to realize that, which is unfortunate. But at the same time, like I kind of feel like I shouldn't have said that, where it's like I would be pissed at myself, which I would. But at the same time, like I would take that, internalize it, and then move on and be like, I can control everything moving forward, right? Everything I did in the past, like, it sucks, whatever, but I can't control that. I can control what I do moving forward. So I wouldn't be that pissed. I'd just be like disappointed in myself for not taking it as seriously as I could have. And now moving forward, I can. But yeah, a lot of people, a lot of our friends may not even mature like that. Most people don't even go through that. He's just going through it a little bit later. How old is he?
We're the same age. He's 23.
Oh, I mean, you guys, okay. So you guys are young. You guys are very young.
Yeah, we're young. I mean, we're still figuring it out, but
100%.
we just know like our personalities and where we want to be, and his thing, he came from a great family, a well-off family, you know, and that's another thing that drives it home for him. He wants to be just like that, if not better, you know. For me, I don't have that same luxury, but it is what it is. It's great to have friends that have that.
So
So
his advantage is your disadvantage, and your advantage is his disadvantage. So what I mean
Yeah.
by that is the fact that, you know, he was, I guess, born with, you know, certain resources that you may not have, I may not have had, or and some other people in this group may not have had either. But at the same time, you guys have what it's like to go through adversity,
yeah,
right? You know how to climb yourself out. You know, you can't take knowledge away from you. You can't take your work ethic away from you or anything like that. With him, you know, he has the resource to start a business with a certain amount of money, or you know, he has some power that he can use to his advantage. But at the same time, you know, he hits some adversity, he's not going to react as well as you have in the past.
yeah, exactly.
You know, and then
It's
moving
good.
forward
It's
too.
like, yeah, I was just gonna say that it's good because it's like I need him, he needs me, but in different ways, and together we could be truthfully unstoppable.
Yeah, man.
It's like that's how shit begins, I feel like.
Oh yeah. You know, everything happens for a reason. So you're in this group for a reason, and you know, you have us as a resource
Yeah.
and us to spend time with, talk to. You know, I was just talking to them before about journaling, but at the same time too, you know, when you're in here, use me to your full advantage. Ask me every question. Make me your best friend, just like he is. Make me your best friend, just asking questions, sending charts, sending previous trades, going over them, asking for zooms, you know, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to find it annoying. I want to help you. And you know,
No, absolutely. I know.
I'll fully say it. Like, it's also, you know, I get fulfillment out of helping you guys too. But at the same time, I'm looking to create the greatest group of professional traders in the world. And each and every one of you, I have full belief in that can become that. And you know, to become a professional and profitable trader, you got to do some of these professional things and not treat it like gambling. You got to let go all
Yeah.
and talk trading all the time and get obsessed with it. Backtest. Just work tirelessly until we get this thing right, because it's one of the hardest markets in the world. And you know, if you're kind of playing second fiddle to it, it's not going to probably work
You're
out.
gonna get fucked.
Yeah, you got to go
Yeah.
all out with it and just get obsessive.
Yeah.
Without
Absolutely. No,
concentrating
I'll
on this.
definitely, I can easily make more effort to journal my trades, and that way we have more structured talks when I come on the stream, and pictures we can go over. And that way you can help me, but other people on the streams can see exactly what we're talking about as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and
I think like, yeah, it's 100% right. Like me now, I am determined to be living proof that you can, you know, live off of this market. You can,
Yeah.
you know, invest and create future opportunities for yourself outside of these markets, you know, just ultimately change your life. Like you're living proof of it for all of us, but I feel like at the same time we need to still prove it to ourselves, and that's how I feel like tenfold right now. Like seriously.
If I'm going to be honest with you guys, like, you know, why wouldn't I be honest with you? But sometimes running a group, a mentorship group gets tiring, mainly because sometimes I feel like I believe in you guys more than you believe in yourselves. And that gets draining for me, especially when I feel like I'm putting in so much effort to get you guys profitable and get you guys where you need to be. And you guys just don't believe in yourself. And we got to get to the core of that. That's not your, you know, it obviously is your issue to deal with, but at the same time, I take that responsibility on myself. And that's why it gets so draining trying to, you know, stay on top of you guys and make sure you guys are doing it. That's why I'm trying to get everyone on the same level, everyone obsessed with this. And I realize that some people are not going to be at my level of love for this game, but at the end of the day, like, you guys got other things that drive you. You guys got your family, health, all that stuff. Like, you got to dig deep and really figure out what drives you, because this thing could pay you tenfold of what you ever thought could possibly be. And and it's not even about money at the end of the day too. It's also just about believing in yourself and taking the right trades and being proud of the way you're trading. It's an everlasting self-improvement career where you're always learning, you're always trying to get better, and that's what builds confidence, and that's the game. It's not necessarily, you know, how much money you're going to make at the end of the day. It's like constantly getting better at something. And when you're in that realm, you're living a happy life because you have purpose. You're driving for something, and that's where your focus needs to be. That's why we're talking about, like, in our standards here, it's not really about, I want you to think longevity. It's not about how much money we can make this week, which obviously is very important. That's the whole point of us trading. But at the end of the day, if your focus is on getting better, thinking long term, learning every single day, enjoying the process, you're in the right mindset, especially when you start making money. It's like an NFL player. Once he starts making money, he gets that second contract. Like, if he doesn't love the game, he's going to fall off after that, and he's going to be irrelevant. But if you love the game, if you're a Tom Brady, right, you're going to be playing the entire time and playing until you're 45 and winning Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Wow, Young's coming right in, and now we just missed that whole thing.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. This stuff is just nuts to me.
What, trading?
Yeah, it's like I will just go on Instagram a little bit, of course I follow like a gazillion just different random people who trade and post like screenshots of their MetaTrader and their freaking tons of money they're making. But there's this one guy in specific, he's been posting and he's only been trading like, taking 1 or 2 trades a week just because of his schedule. Like, he's a realtor too.
Mhm.
And then, he's making like 20 grand in the week. And like, I'm looking at this, I'm like, oh my God, this is so crazy. I know how, like, if I could do this is going to change my life. And I send him these messages. I'm like, bro, I'm not lying. This is like inspiring me. I'm going to be right there with you soon. Like, and it just gets me going.
Yeah.
But like you just said, it's not about the money right now in our position. It's about the skill set and knowing that understanding the skill set 100% is going to bring us to that point too, which is obviously what he's dealt with in the past. So, but yeah, it's just amazing to see stuff like that. And that's the truth with this stuff. Just the possibilities are endless. It's all up to you.
Yeah, you gotta realize like what stage or what phase of a trader that you're in right now. Like when you're first getting in, the phase of trader that you're in is literally just learning and taking losses, taking wins, trying to figure out what's going on, what's working, back testing, journaling, all that stuff. Then the second phase is turning that into money, which I think Quentin is in right now. Quentin is a perfect example of taking the phases in the right steps. Right where he first started out, when he first came in this whole past year, we've really been working on his skill set and his confidence with entering trades, coming up with the trading plan, sticking to the trading plan, being patient, being professional. And now he's moving into more of the, okay, let's see how we can compound this. He's back testing on the simulator. He's growing accounts to 10% in a month and moving on and doing that again. That's the phase that he's in now. So you got to figure out what phase you're in. Right now, I think you could really, especially with first getting into swing trading, you really need to figure out what's going on, what's working for you. You obviously been trading for a while, so that phase is not going to last that long. But at the same time, like, you just got to learn what works and what doesn't, and that's where journaling comes in. And if you're not doing that, that phase is going to take so much longer for you, as opposed to the profitable phase and moving into how to risk manage and grow your accounts.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I had back tested more in the beginning.
Well, there you go. We were just talking about that when it comes to that little partial regret that can't stay too long, because you want to be talking about what you can control moving forward. But yeah, it's a lot of those things. We all have those things we can look back on and be like, damn, I wish I did that more. I wish I learned about trading a lot earlier. What's up?
Yeah, I was coming to the stream on some days, and so I would be spending maybe 2 hours on the stream with you guys at a point where like my skill set was way, way far from being able to take trades and be profitable in the market. And so I think it doesn't make sense to be coming to the stream, spend 2 hours on the stream and not be reviewing trades, not being backtesting. If you haven't backtested 2 hours, like if you're in the beginning of your career, like you're just learning trading and you're not, you don't have that knowledge of your setups and able to kind of be able to be profitable on the markets,
Mhm.
You just have to be at least backtesting as much as you are on the live markets.
Yeah, I mean, think about like again, I always bring up the NFL, but like the NFL, you're practicing 4 or 5 times a week, right? And then you got that one game on Sunday. So like they're practicing way more than they're playing, or you know, the you only have 16, maybe 16, 17 games now in the NFL throughout a whole season, but you have an entire year of preparation for those 17 games. So like you got to be back testing and journaling and doing all that stuff way more than you are in the live market and risking money on the live market. You got to be like that's why you have to love the game and you got to love the process. You got to embrace where you're at right now. Know that you have full control over getting into the next level and just work at it. And just control what you can control every single day. That's why we talk about that. But yeah, Quentin, you've done an awesome job this year. Like I said, you're one of the people in this group that I could say like just took my advice, put their head down, worked, back tested, journaled. You're sending me charts almost every day. You're sending me previous trades in the group Trello. I'm reviewing them for you, and you know we could be doing even more too, you know, and just take advantage of it, all you guys, and I promise you, I will change your lives. What's up, Keon?
Hey, what's up?
Morning, buddy. Able to get some time off work?
No, I just thought I'd come in. So I guess you guys will be talking about an NFP later. So I
Yes,
just thought I'd
sir.
come in and just catch it.
Later is in 6 minutes. So I know you guys don't only trade US 30. I'm looking at it right now, obviously for NFP purposes. We're looking at GJ. We'll do another quick little breakdown of what we're looking for here before NFP does come out. But again, daily, we just broke everything down from the monthly over here. Monthly, again, ended up flipping bullish, pretty bullish over here, especially the last 2 months starting the year off, right? The weekly over here has tapped into that key demand zone for a previous supply zone, but now demand zone on the higher time frames. You have a high that we have a range that we could fill. This candle is now flipping bullish. There's a lot of volume in this candle now off the heels of the Bank of Japan keeping rates the same. You did have good GDP coming out of Great Britain as well this morning. Again, daily, very bullish over here, right? We ended up grabbing liquidity down at this area, failed to close below, and failed to not create a lower high or a lower low over here, right? We just keep creating higher lows, and now we're starting to push up. So we have this range up here around 166, key level on GJ that we could end up retesting in the next couple of days. We're obviously moving into next week too. The 4 hour, again, we got this bullish move that just pushed, very strong bullish price action. You have that previous resistance, now possibly holding support. I could very well see some kind of a consolidation in here, and then we start to break above these areas and continue up into that area. So if we take that off, I'm looking at, obviously we cleared that resistance right there. We have a little resistance here and then over here, but once we clear this area, beautiful move to the left that you could mirror. But looking at the 4 hour, the 4 hour has rejected 164, 100 up here, right? Which is a previous support to the left on the 1 hour, right over here, right? And you really don't have to mark that off just, you know, right now, just because of the fact that we were able to push right through that with that move. So we could very well, but at the same time, the reason why I'm putting that there is because it's our most recent resistance right here. So if we can clear that area over here, I could see you grabbing this range, 33 pips, and then obviously this is about like 200. That's like 150, right? So you could definitely grab that clean move to the left. So these are the areas we want to trade in, but we're looking to see how we can grab part of this move. I was saying potentially, you know, you might be able to grab this pullback sell, but you're trading against the trend and you need to wait for a retest right here. Not just the breakout, because you could get faked out and continue up, but you need to wait for the retest so you don't get faked out. And you could take that back down to 163 or, you know, somewhere in, you know, 163, 200, where you can hold that secure a little bit shorter, and then price continues right back up from there. But looking at the 30-minute, we are holding support so far in that area, but right now we're just ranging through. So if we get a nice strong bullish candle close above this area, I think a stop loss below this candle or even below the support will push us up. All right. Now looking at gold, gold is really pulling back. This is why we didn't enter this before NFP, right? It looked like we're pushing up. We got the clean moves to the left. We could very well grab a quick little move before NFP. No, you might as well just save your bullets, save your 2 bullets for after NFP, where we could trade the reaction to the news and possibly, if it's grabbing liquidity to continue up, right, with bad job numbers, then so be it. We'll be able to take that move. But with good job numbers, which will signal to the Fed to increase rates, you're going to see this thing continue right back up again. This thing will drop, and then you're going to have safe sells below this area, or most likely right below here. Yeah, we keep projecting that area right there. We're kind of sitting in this range. Like I said, if you could get like some kind of a pullback here, we do hold the higher low and continue up this way. You got the clean move that we could continue up to 1846. But I think you got safe sells below 1826, right? With a clean move to the left. And that's typically where gold should be going anyway. This could just be a deeper pullback, and then we retest this support again. But on the daily, that is a strong supply demand zone, right? But what did we say in the beginning of the week? Well, not necessarily the beginning of the week, but midweek over here, when we started holding this support, we said that price could very well come up anywhere into this area, hold a lower high, as it's been doing, hold a lower high in here, and then start to drive down. All right. So we could very well be tapping into this whole area, holding a resistance, and then driving down from there. But, we don't see that happening just yet, right? We could very well blast through that area and retest that resistance again, right? And hold that resistance and then maybe continue down. Or even, if we get a dovish Fed, right, price will continue up. But I don't see that happening. All right. NFP just came out. Price is shooting up.
I'm trying to get the numbers.
It's okay. We're going to trade the reaction to the news. Wait for maybe at least like 5 minutes. And we'll see what we end up getting here. Anybody have the numbers?
Not yet.
We're shooting up right now.
Still loading.
Yeah, me too. I want to go back to GJ for a second too. GJ kind of, ranged a little bit for a second.
Unemployment rate is 3.6. The rest is still
rise?
loading.
Wow, it rose. Unemployment rose.
311K jobs.
Okay. So ADP was aligned with NFP over here. So we got good job data over here. So gold should be going down. I think it's just grabbing liquidity up here, right? Unless it's going to continue this move up, but with good job numbers, we should be continuing down. Yeah, this is
DXY is tanking.
That's interesting. It shouldn't be doing that. And it's not always going to give you the exact move that you're anticipating, but right now with good job numbers like that, that signals to the Fed to increase rates, right? And this thing should be going up. Maybe it's just grabbing liquidity. We'll see, but that's why you kind of want to trade the
But
reaction
dollar is
to the
tanking
news.
as well.
What's up?
DXY is tanking.
Yeah, the dollar is tanking right now, which it shouldn't be doing with good job data. That should be signaling to the Fed to increase rates. So now we'll see. This
But
is
it's
what we
not
talk
so
about
good.
trading the
I
reaction
think
to the news.
unemployment is
Hold on,
up.
guys.
That's why.
Trading
Because
the reaction to the
unemployment is
news.
up.
Let's see if we could get this retest.
Unemployment is up. That's why it's probably tanking.
That's true. Yeah, I think that's even the bigger number. Where are we? Yeah, the fact that I just forgot that we unemployment rose. So and it rose by 0.2%, which is wild. So we'll see if this 30-minute actually see the 5-minute. We'll see what I think that's kind of mixed data. That's actually really mixed data over here. So we may not even get that big of a move today. We may
But
get just
non-farm
that
is still-
reaction, and then all of a sudden price may end up consolidating the rest of the day. Why is this taking forever? Quinn, you were saying something?
Yeah, I was saying it is still way lower than previous, even though it's better than expected. Non-farm.
It actually, I mean, that
Oh,
was
yeah.
an anomaly. I think January's data was an anomaly. This is February's data.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
So, the fact that, we were expecting, look at this, we were expecting 193 jobs. All of a sudden, 500 jobs were added in
yeah.
January. Maybe that was just like the
Yeah,
start
but
of the
it's so
year.
weird.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so
There's no way they added that many jobs in January.
I know I don't know. I don't know what that was from,
Things
but
were still slow from the freaking holidays. There's no
I know.
way.
I agree.
I don't know, man. That's a question I had for you though. Because in the past, over the course of last year, I've heard like they'll put out non-farm payroll numbers to be whatever X, but realistically they were Y, and then a couple months down the road they update them. Like, how is that even allowed to happen? Just to fudge the numbers.
Yeah, you're
Like,
saying because they're delayed, you think they're cooking the books?
Or yeah, and it means like to me, I'm looking at it as like, oh, Joe Biden's trying to make himself look better than he actually is.
Yeah. I think
Like, I just don't understand.
I think within
That's
the last
playing with
3
people's
years,
money.
I think within the last 3 years of politics, and especially since this administration coming in, you start to question a lot of things that we're seeing now, unfortunately. And that goes for
You're
everywhere,
right.
not just here, but this goes for Europe. This
Things
goes for
definitely,
the whole world. I think a lot of people need to
things are not the same.
Yeah, no. So we'll see what, because we just got very mixed data over here. So gold is pushing up. Unemployment 5-minute has not closed yet. It's about to close. The 1-minute came down and retested that area perfectly. But we'll see if the 1-minute can close above that level. Are we going to reject? Let me see something. I could see. Yeah, I guess that unemployment number really. So the 1-minute just closed below. I could see if we end up creating that bottom wick, passing the high of that candle, we could potentially continue up with a safer stop loss based on the higher time frames. Maybe somewhere down here. But maybe you want to wait for that close above. But I do see the bullish pressure. I see price continuing up from here. Just because of that unemployment claim. Right, unemployment number. All right, 5-minute just closed above. We'll see if we can hold this as a support. And if we can, that's the reaction to the news. Maybe you could take this thing up.
So you're saying mixed data because the unemployment rate is up, but non-farm payroll where they add jobs
Yes.
is up too. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
When you get mixed data like that, what does that present in the market typically?
I would assume consolidation. Yeah.
Yep. So right now, the 1-minute keeps rejecting this resistance right now. So right now, it's not safe enough to take a buy based on the 1-minute. I do like the 5-minute coming down to, close a strong 5-minute candle over here. Bottom wick forming. Like I said, maybe you could grab part of this move to continue up over here. Because the 4-hour looks great. 1 hour. 30-minute should be continuing up. Yeah, I don't think with data like that, like let's say today we got NFP. I don't know what that means. Say we got NFP today, right? And we got that number. Say we got this number, and then this was the same, 3.4%. Where do you think gold would go at that point?
I think gold would probably go down.
Yes, exactly. We'd probably continue down.
Because-
This would just be a liquidity grab and continue down. But the fact that we got unemployment numbers like that, we're either going to maybe continue this move up slowly today, or we're just going to consolidate in this whole area, fake this out, right? We're going to fake this level out and then consolidate in here for the rest of the day and then slowly continue right back down. But I think that's a big deal. Typically, when you see unemployment raise, right, it only raised by 0.1%. On here, we raised 0.2% on unemployment, which is not good. And I think that's the bigger number than
And what does that mean? What does that mean to the US dollar stuff?
So the US dollar just tanked. It's tanking right now because again, they're taking into account that unemployment just rose, other than the fact that we just got better than expected NFP. Did I just here we go. Yeah, so I would take this one into account, especially you're seeing the dollar react like that. And then this
So
one,
shouldn't that mean that risk assets go up, like gold and stuff like that?
yeah. Yep, and that's what you're seeing right now. It's gold kind of holding support, but again, that was kind of mixed data, but maybe not when it comes to that being more important. See how we're holding that support there on the 1 minute. So if you could maybe get like a clearing of that area, I think a safe stop loss will be back below here. Let me see. Yeah, I think that's a big surprise. I think with the stop loss below here, you should be good to continue this up if you think gold is going to continue rising for the rest of the day because of that. Let me see. Let's see if I want to take anything. You see how the 1 minute keeps rejecting this whole area? 1841. But we are holding higher lows here. We just got a nice bounce off that area. Like I said, I think your stops below this candle right here should be safe. Unless you guys, like I know you guys, a lot of you guys trade based on the 30 minutes. So maybe wait for the 30 minutes to continue up. That might be the better. Yeah, the better thing to do. Let's look at GJ. US 30 rows over here. GJ is pulling back. Like I said, could be pulling back anywhere into these areas. You maybe get a fake out of this level and continue back up. Or if you think that price is continuing down, wait for that close below here at 9 o'clock and wait for the retest here. And then you could probably take that because that's a 70 pip range. Okay, 5 minute. I'm thinking about entering. There we go. So I just entered right here with a safe stop loss down around here. A little bit closer, below the 30-minute candle. And I'm looking to ride this up today. And I'm going to be taking off a little piece right here, but I want to see how this thing rides up. 5 minute passing the high, stop loss below this candle right here. Plenty of room. You could potentially put it right here, but I'm going to put it right there. And again, this is based on
into.
What's up?
I am into.
Oh, nice. Awesome, Serge. Yeah, that was a big surprise, the unemployment number. That's going to signal to the Fed that maybe they need to be a little bit more dovish, but that I don't think that's going to stop them. Like that's just what the sentiment is going to be. What's up, Dill?
Yeah, but you remember
I'm just
yesterday
watching
when
gold.
yesterday gold reacted as well to unemployment claims, and today the same situation. So
100%.
and gold, to be honest, doesn't want to go down that much anymore.
Not right now, no. Yeah, remember we were talking about the setup during backtesting? This perfect retest right here, right? Nice support held, beautiful move coming up. We actually broke this down and how you could have grabbed this and looked at the lower time frames as well. Again, I love this candle too on the 1 hour. The fact that we passed low the previous candle and passed the high, continuing up. This honestly is kind of a high that I bought at. But again, based on this news, safe stop loss right there. You might have to stomach some drawdown a little bit, but I think this might be good.
Yeah, I would have entered when it flipped bullish. Yeah, I'm gonna send you the chart.
Okay. When it flip, what, the 5-minute flip bullish?
No, when the 30-minute flip bullish
Oh, okay.
after it passed. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we may continue this throughout the day. Like yesterday, we had this move over here. Now we're gonna have this move with that data. And then the stock exchange is gonna react to it.
Yeah, usually on Friday it's one-way traffic if it's heavy fundamentals. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Great call, Serge. That's a hell of a move. There we go. All right, I'm gonna be taking half off. Actually, would this be in news? Get that ready. Okay. With that flipping like that, right over here, I just took off 25%. I know it's not 1-to-1 or anything like that, but this is news. 27 pips. And I think stop loss can go right below this support right over here. I didn't journal this yet. When did we take that? 840. Friday, New York. Yeah. Is anyone else in this other than Serge?
I have took profit on mine, because usually before NYSE some pullback, so maybe it's gonna be some entry later.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's wild. We got unemployment like that. Entry. I wish we could have gotten a better entry on this. I like the entry Lenny got during London. See, especially if you guys struggle with journaling, it's best to like just journal while you're in the trade. Someone in the chat. Oh, good job, Lewis. Let's see. What the hell? Lewis, so this is the one you wish you got in on? Lewis,
What's that, bro?
is this the trade you wish you got in on? Is that what you're saying?
No. I was already in.
Oh, you're in this. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, stop loss in a great spot. See the 30-minute. Yeah, see 30-minute
I
on my
already-
candle, I didn't get a bottom wick. It just passed the high right away. Beware of
I closed it fully. Like because it's Friday and
yeah. Kyung, if you want to do that, if you want to take trades based on TradingView, then you can what's it called? You can use Owanda. Owanda has actually if you go over down here, trading panel, right, and you can Forex.com, Owanda has a broker. You got a couple other brokers in here, but any of these you can look at, but they're all regulated brokers. So you're probably gonna have a bigger
wasn't the Traders Domain in there at some point?
Trader's Domain? I don't think so. There's dormant.
Yeah, it wasn't. I feel like there was one you were telling us that was coming to TradingView.
You might be right.
I don't remember. That was a while ago though.
You got even more over here. FXCM, that's a liquidity provider. Pepperstone is a they don't take US clients though. Black Bull
Binance is
markets are on here.
They don't take American clients either.
No. No, Black Bull?
I was watching on YouTube.
Yeah,
You can
Blackpool.
open like Oanda, and you can copy trade to other broker. If you don't have account, for example, with other broker,
Oh, okay.
and you open just a demo account with Oanda, and you can copy trade to your live account.
Okay. For me,
I
I'd
sent the
rather
video
be
to
on.
Hyun how to do it. So one guy explaining well, on YouTube.
For me, I feel like I'd rather be on MetaTrader. I like doing
You
analysis.
still use
Yeah,
you still
what's your
use Traders
broker?
Domain, right?
I'm on Trader's Domain. Yep. Let me see. This was what time frame is this? 15.
Have you
minutes.
had problems withdrawing from Traders Domain, bro?
No, I never have. They've been
Okay.
really good. That's the only reason I used to use KOT. And then when I met Ted and after I knew him for a while and he had Traders Domain and everything, I was like, you know what? KOT, I started hearing sketchy things about him with especially because of the fact that Q Banks owns them, but he doesn't want people to know that. Stuff like that. Like just
Yeah.
rubbing
I
the
have
wrong
two
way.
buddies that have Traders. They have a PAM account with Traders Domain. I guess Ted trades in there or something, and they get like a 50-50 split, and they haven't been able to withdraw it since like October or November
Oh wow.
from Traders Domain.
So they tried to
Yeah.
withdraw.
Yeah, they try to withdraw, and I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it's like a PAM account, and I guess Ted manages it.
Uh-huh.
And and he does like a 50-50 split, and yeah, bro, one of my friends he has like 50K in there, and he hasn't been able to withdraw it since like months now. Yeah.
Has he talked to them?
Yeah, well, there's a Telegram group with Ted in it, and he says that they're like really backed up, and I guess the PAM account grew a lot and whatnot and shit like that. But
That's no
maybe it's
excuse.
just the PAM account. Yeah, I know, and he's like one of my close friends, and I have another buddy that has like 15K in there, and he's been waiting since October actually.
Bro, that's not good. Some of those
Someone
sketchy
sent an
things.
article on Telegram as well about like Ted being charged with some kind of scam or fraud. I can forward to you if you want.
Yeah, please
If
do.
I find
Dude, but like, what do you do? You're gonna use an unregulated broker, you can get screwed easily there.
I know.
Like, what do you
Yeah.
do? You're gonna use a regulated broker?
And regulated brokers can still
Yeah.
screw you.
Yeah, like it just does Hugo's way even
Actually, bro, it's
exist anymore?
crazy. First class Forex funds just went bankrupt today.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, my buddy has a 200K account with them. He just sent me an email. It's like, yo, they just closed his account, and they're like, yeah, they're done.
My Forex
yeah, I
funds?
had account with them.
It's my
Oh,
Yeah,
Forex
but
funds?
that broker's always been sketchy. No, first class Forex funds.
Oh, okay.
First class is prop firm, which is gone bust today.
Yeah.
Is that prop firm or is that an actual broker?
So
No,
it's a
it's
prop
a prop firm. They use
Okay.
8cap, and 8cap
8cap.
actually sent email today. They're not providing services anymore to them because there was lots of complaint. I think people don't get paid and
Yeah, they're so stupid for that stuff.
I know.
If you
It's
can
one
avoid
thing that
financial
really,
crimes, you should.
really bugs me about our industry is the trust level. You can't, like, where are you gonna put your money? But I haven't had issues with Traders Domain, so I can't really speak to any of that stuff. But yes, Serge, send me that thing on TED if you can.
yeah, let me find it because I got this Telegram group called SRC. It's
Mhm.
like people who trade Raja smart concept, and someone posted before like that got charged or something. Some
Okay.
article in the news.
Send that over. I haven't talked to Ted in a few months.
He's been so shadow man.
He's always
I don't know,
Raja
just
doesn't
remember
want to
him
talk
from
about
Raja
it as
streams.
well. So it's a bit shady now.
Yeah, he's always been like that. One thing I want to point out, kind of a side note, what happened yesterday at 9 o'clock after the 4-hour close? We just shot up, right? And we missed that move. So now I'm hoping that with that, we could get like a repetition over here of the same exact thing. Not the 56-minute close, the 5-minute close.
Yeah, CFT charged several people in companies in 145 million Ponzi scheme. Yeah, I sent you this.
And that was him?
They said like some, if it's a Ted, there was a name. Yeah, Ted, something like, let me, Marcus Todd Briscoe or something like this. Ted Safranco.
That's Frank.
that him?
That's him.
Yeah.
Wait, did he send you the article?
Yeah, I'm gonna send it on Discord if you like.
Yes.
All right.
So again, the 4 hours gonna be closing in 4 minutes. If we come back to my entry right here, again, I move my stop loss up. If we come back to entry, I'll be closing 50%. But I'm anticipating the same jump that we got here at 9 o'clock. Let's see, that's the 5-minute. You got a little pullback here. The 9 o'clock candle did pull back, and then we just continued up from there. But what are we doing here? This was our previous resistance here.
I think it's better just to take profit than wait for the NYSE pullback. When they open, you just take it long and wait till
100%.
Monday.
100%. I like that.
Because Friday, when it's heavy fundamentals, gold just push up and up and up and up.
Yeah, I was expecting we did kind of get a a move similar to that. Obviously, in multiple candles, this was just one candle, and it was pretty much the same distance right over here that we got yesterday at the same exact time. We got the same thing right here. So, you know, maybe we could get. I mean, again, that's a big surprise, but at the same time, it is kind of mixed data. NFP was up. So, and also we are ultimately bearish on gold anyway. Like these are just liquidity grabs up here. Whatever comes up here is going to end up coming down. This is just a short-term pullback before gold continues. So you got to be.
Yeah, send the article in Discord so you can read about it. I'm
Yeah,
not sure
please,
if
thank
it's
you.
that-
Holy shit, I'm reading it right now. Damn, that's crazy.
All right, I'm gonna read it right now too. This is my birthday.
February
Happy
23rd.
birthday.
Happy
Yeah,
birthday,
thank
buddy.
you. This is interesting. Thank
know
you. Oh, so his name isn't even Ted.
No, his name is Ted.
Oh, I see. Okay, okay.
That'd be crazy. If that was, I'd be pulling my name out of or pulling my stuff out of. Yeah, look at this, Ted Safranca. Commodity Futures Trading Commission today announced it filed a civil enforcement action. U.S. District Court. Todd Briscoe. Cisco Story. Fairfield, Utah.
Oh my God.
Commodity pool scams. Back to entry here. Got 1 minute left. Hold on. I'm gonna continue reading that. Got 9 seconds left.
How did you hear about this article, Serge?
Seriously.
It was in a Discord or something.
Oh yeah, that's right. He said it was
Oh, you found it in Discord.
Hold on 1 second, guys. Just watching the trade. All right, we just came back to break even, so I just cut 50. And then I'm just gonna let the rest run. So I'm anticipating maybe like a pullback over here and then continue up. I can see the 1 minute creating a higher low here. That's why I'm staying in. But we're low risk right now. I want to take a look at GJ too. Just a 15-minute. I honestly would like it to pull back so that you could get a better price down here, but wouldn't be against it continuing in my direction now either. Now GJ over here is pulling back. So again, everything Surge, this is your level right here. If we hold that resistance and you get a candle closing in your direction, you could take this down to fill that wick. But we could very well end up faking that out and then continuing up. But I could see it continuing down more. What's it called? Based on the fact that we keep rejecting this area up here. So again, just wait for that resistance to form and then you could take that down. But if you look at the other time frames here, that was a weaker close with big wick. We could very well fake that out. And then the 1 hour here too. Did close below support here.
Just pushing through, you know.
Yeah, it could be. Anything could happen here. Like we could just be creating a top wick, and then we could fill that wick right there, or we can close back above that area because we did close below, close back above, and then it continues up the rest of the day or into next week. Yeah, that was a weak close right there on the 30-minute. Gold is pulling back. That was a strong close right there. I don't know if I want to re-enter this high. I think I might just ride this out, especially like first like losing week I've had in months, I would say. Just because I think, coming back from last week and everything, that's no excuse, but it's just what I think it's been. But I'm not gonna force anything. This is kind of the way I want you guys to take losing weeks on a Friday. You're not trying to make any kind of losses up. You're just trying to gain a little confidence back. You're trying to go into the weekend, make sure that you're back testing, you're journaling all your trades, you're doing a full review of what happened the previous week and all the trades that you should have taken, right? I have, even though I lost a few, I still have every single trade so far this week that you could have taken on US 30, GJ, and gold. And what I'll do is I'll go back, study every single move, journal maybe other trades that I possibly could have taken, especially on Friday, right? So I'll do a full review of that. And then I'll be writing down to myself what exactly happened. I'll be reading this as well, but writing it a little bit more if I need to. And this is how you become a professional, profitable trader. Every single time, and you guys have gone through it too. Every single time I've gone through a losing streak throughout a week, or just a couple trade losing streak where my confidence gets hit, I've always gone into the next week and had one of my best weeks as a trader yet. And that's because of the work you put in over the weekend after something like that. You don't get discouraged. You don't quit. You don't, say, why me, or take the victim mentality. It's like, no, I'm making the decisions. I'm the one entering these trades. I'm the one exiting these trades, and I'm the one missing these trades. So I'm also the person that's going to be able to come back from that and start entering these trades or taking the right trades and stuff like that. So I have full control over that. So I want you guys to think the same exact way. But Friday is definitely, after a week like that, Friday is definitely not a day that you want to be taking 3 trades or, just jumping in every single opportunity that you see and trying to make back any loss or anything like that. Just want to go into the weekend and then just grind.
Hell yeah.
And then contrary to that, when you go through a weekend like that, where you're just grinding and back testing and all that stuff and reviewing trades, you get very anxious and you want to take a trade on Sunday and Monday very early, and you want to take the first opportunity that presents itself. Now, if it's a good setup, obviously take it, but make sure that all your confluences are lining up and everything, because you're not just going in emotionally just because you want to start, trading because you put in so much work. So keep that in mind as well. But all these things, like when, it's funny that we're going through TED now, and there might be some legal action against him, but all the things that he used to say or Raquel used to say and stuff like that, I have it all written down. And so certain things like this that I'm saying right now, write it down. Go back, rewatch the live session and write down some of these things that I'm saying, because at some point you're going to go through a little losing streak and you're going to have to do the same exact thing. If you don't write it down, you're probably not going to remember what I'm saying now. I love the 5-minute here. See that little liquidity grab came down, right? Closed bullish, fairly strong bullish. We do keep rejecting this area, but I think with 9 o'clock and 9:30 volume, we could very well continue back up. Starting to see a little
Even the
rejection.
15-minute created a resistance.
Yeah, 15-minute did close bearish right there, right? And now as long as this candle, if this candle closes a strong bullish engulfing candle above that area, we should be continuing up here, because we just grabbed liquidity and closed a strong body. So the next one should create that bottom wick and continue through this area, especially because, I have that marked off here, but we technically have this whole move that we can mirror up into here, right? This is just a spot that we've delayed in the past over here that price can easily push right through. But again, I am ultimately bearish on gold. I think at any point,
Yeah.
we could end up rejecting this area. But like, if you are looking at this based on this support right over here, I mean, if we get some kind of a dovish Fed over here, especially after unemployment raising like that, which again, I don't think is going to affect them that much, we could very well continue through this area. If you're looking at this price action right here, we've seen this happen before, this double bottom, and then price just continues up from there. All right. So, and again, like, we had a very hawkish Fed right over here. This was the pullback, right, with the dovish Fed, and now we could very well be continuing back up with a more hawkish Fed and more fear in the market. So now that I'm looking at that, and this is why you go up to the higher time frames and reevaluate everything, I could see us maybe pushing through that area and continuing back up. Or no, this is the dovish Fed. This is the hawkish Fed. Excuse me. So yeah, I could see us very well continuing down if we get more of a dovish Fed. We've had them since November. Remember those meetings in November talking about how dovish they are? Yeah, so maybe we do end up retesting 1856 right up here and then continuing back down. So you guys, looks like we're holding that resistance so far. All right, we keep rejecting that area surge. Just wait for a candle closing in your direction. You kind of want like an engulfing of this 15-minute. If you're going to take the break and retest on the 15-minute, you maybe could, but maybe stick to the 30-minute. It's up to you. But is are you guys good to back test today?
Yeah, I'll be there.
All right, awesome.
I'll be there as well.
I'm gonna double check. We may be doing it 1 hour later, just because I have to run some errands. But if we do it, it's gonna be either 1 o'clock like normal or 2 o'clock. Is that good for you guys?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, whatever we do, it's gonna be recorded too for you.
Yeah.
Continuing up here.
I think it's better to concentrate on gold today. GJ is probably done its move already. So.
Good thinking, buddy. Absolutely. So now we just got that 5-minute close we were talking
It's
about.
move a lot today. You know, GJ is already like what 200 something.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. DJ moved quite a bit. And plus, like taking that counter trend trade when you have gold here that's setting up the way you want. This is that close that I was talking about, right? This close cleared out these wicks. To very well fake that area out and continue back down, but right now with the fundamentals, I could see us continuing up through here. You just got to have a 15-minute close in 5 minutes, close a strong bullish, and we could push through that area. This I would actually make a little bit thinner. Just thin that out. It's not as important. This
All right,
is
later, boys.
next target. All right, Lewis. I'll see you later. All right.
See ya.
Good job this
See you
week,
later.
man. All right, guys. With that being said, I'm just gonna let this thing run. At some point, you know what? You could very well end up putting your stop loss right here, about 13 pips in drawdown. But I'm gonna wait for this 15 to close. All right. I want to see it close a strong bullish candle. I still want to give it some room to continue up. But with that being said, guys, have a great. If you guys can't backtest later, have a great weekend. Remember what I was just talking about with journaling and a lot of detail, being professional, being consistent with those actions. You guys will be successful. So just make sure you're doing all those, and we will. I will see you guys on Monday if I don't see you later.
Thank you.
All right. Have a
I
good
will.
weekend.
You too, guys. I'll see you guys later,
Thank
and
you.
good luck trading today.
Yeah, thank you.
Smart. See you
Take
guys.
care, everyone.
You
See
too,
ya.
boys.